Well, hey there. Welcome to day 4. I was going to say this morning, it's still morning time. In fact, it's actually noon now. I was thinking about doing this video early in the morning, and I just was, God, it's gorgeous out today. And so I realized that I wanted to do an outside video today. So the microphone is just from my cell phone, so we'll see how good that is. Um, but at the same time, I also wanted to demonstrate that you can use these audios and not be in the house. You can actually go somewhere. In fact, I encourage people to meditate anywhere and everywhere. And so I'm blessed by having a really beautiful park right by my place. And in fact, let me show you the environment I'm in. And there's stuff in front too. Might as well show you. I mean, this is my view of my meditation space today. So, and the reason why I'm just demonstrating this is that, you know, sometimes we need to get out of our comfort zone or our environment and recognize that you can meditate anywhere. I've meditated on trains, at train stations. I've meditated on planes, airports. I've actually, gone to family dinners and, we get there early to, socialize. And I'm like, wow, I need to find my space. And I go, hey, I'm going to disappear for a bit. And just to find my space, I'd meditate there. So it's one of those things where a lot of times what I've found with a lot of people is they think that meditation requires this still environment, that it's all about enlightenment, and I just don't agree with that. To me, it's enlightenment is about going within and discovering more about yourself, and as you keep learning about yourself, you're washing away all the junk, so that way you can see really how amazing you are. And that's a part of what meditation does. It's clearing out all that external stimuli that is impacting you, as well as releasing the internal stuff that the external stuff that you've now internalized, and realize it's like, wow, I'm holding on to judgments, I'm holding on to thoughts that are harmful to me, not helpful to me. And it's recognizing that we're all human, we all have our issues, because that's what life is about. It's a journey, it's not a destination. And so meditation is this space that you can have anywhere, anytime, any place. So today I decided to do my meditation here at the park. So a little check-in for myself, what I noticed. I had a great morning. I had a great night's sleep, caught up from last night, woke up, really felt refreshed. I got up, did a couple things in my place, and then started looking at, well, what do I want to do? And that was my decision to come outside because it's such a beautiful day out. And then I left the house, walked over here because it's close. And then from there, I had to find my place. And there's cars in the background. There was, it's a park. It's a city park, so there's a lot of people around. No big deal. Like I said, this is a part of the journey for me, is again just enjoying having my space in whatever environments I'm at. And so today I wanted to actually be in the earth. Look at this tree I have right behind me. It's gorgeous. I have them all around me, sitting in the shade, because sun and me are not friends, unfortunately. And I'm going to enjoy meditating as long as I feel like. I know for me, I'm going to probably do at least one cycle or of a color, because again, we're on Strength Builder. And we'll see if I want to do more than that. Who knows? Because again, it's about living life. It's not about being only meditating. But at the same time, if I'm feeling really good and I want to do more, I can. So today is one of those days where I'm feeling good. So whatever I decide to do is what I decide to do, and I'll see you on the other side. Well, hey there. Welcome to the second section of this video. I wanted to give you again another free segment of our training so that way you can see what I'm working on today. We're still on the grounding cord skill builder section because, again, remember we do that for 5 days, and today is day 4, so we still have 2 more days of skill builders and then we move on. During my meditation, I actually focused on gray. So what I'm going to have you do today is we're going to listen to the audio for grounding cord at gray. So enjoy your meditation. Let's change your grounding cord to a gray color. And notice, what is it like? How do you feel when you create a gray grounding cord? Notice the grounding cord's connection to the base of your spine. Notice how solidly it fits, connecting to your body. Notice the length of your gray grounding cord going all the way down to the center of the planet, attaching strongly into the center of the planet. You can notice the length of your grounding cord and acknowledge there's a long ways from the base of your spine to the center of the planet. And I'd like you to be aware of your body. Notice its weight. Notice your breath, letting air in and out of your body. And notice that connection to your grounding at gray. And I'd like you to be aware of your grounding cord. Notice how thick it is. Notice how wide it is. Notice how dense it is. Feel gravity. Notice how gravity is keeping you in that chair and continues down that gray grounding cord.
What are you noticing right now? What are you noticing physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as you're using this gray grounding cord? And if you're noticing any thoughts, feelings, anything that's trying to distract you from owning your relationship, owning that connection with your gray grounding cord, allow all that stuff just to let go. Even preconceived notions of what this grounding cord is supposed to be like. Let it go. Be in the moment. Be present. Allow gravity and your grounding cord to do their job.
Well, hey there, I am back. If you can see from my background, my space got invaded. I've been meditating for about an hour. I decided to go through 2 cycles of meditation. And as I was sitting here just enjoying, I was using the gray tones this time. And first thing I was just noticing as I was doing the meditations itself was I was really present. It was very different than yesterday. I tell you, sleep is everything. And some of the sensations I noticed today was effortlessness, where it wasn't a lot of work to do stuff. I also noticed that I had one point, especially at the very beginning, where it was in the first color, where I started remembering a time fishing with my dad. And I got a sense of the boat. It was almost like on the Delta. But again, those are sort of distractions. So it's like I'd notice a sensation and then I just put it down my grounding. Because the whole point of the meditation is to focus on the tool and to release stimulus. And so guess what? Memories are stimulus. So at one point too, I remembered it was about maybe three or four colors in. I got a sense of smell that was firewood. And I was like, oh my God, I need to go camping, and then I was like, oh, look at that. Okay. I'm working on that. There's firewood in my space. It's not a negative, but it was just, I got that really strong sense of a wood being burned. And then it was funny, about halfway through the meditation, that's when the family behind me decided to come in. And it was great because, again, it's stimulus. And what I noticed is as they were settling in, I'd have kids running behind me not too far. In fact, I'm sort of amused because this is actually a really large park, and they decided to camp or put their setup right next to mine. But at the same time, it is also validation, because you'll notice when you're doing energy work and you're meditating, people get drawn to you. It's like when I was meditating, I actually had the kids probably maybe 5-10 feet behind me running and screaming at one point. I'm not sure how old the age is. And again, it's part of the meditation itself. They're not a problem. The noise they're making is not a problem. Is because my focus is inwards, and the lesson is listen to an audio, notice what you notice, and repeat the process. And so when this family came, I actually was, well, what's going on within my own space? At one point, I felt like I should move, and I'm like going, oh wow, look at that, I should be moving. But why should I be moving? I've been sitting here for a while. And again, that movement isn't a problem, it was a stimulus. So I put it down my grounding. At the same time, I also had this like, well, maybe I should do this recording somewhere else so that way nobody sees me doing the recording, because I'm not really, again, a video guy. And I was like, well, no, I'm putting that down my grounding cord. This is the experience. This is also, this is what I want you guys to see when it comes to your meditation practice, when it comes to 4Q boundaries in the training. The training isn't supposed to be perfect. It's called do it wherever you want to do it. It doesn't matter. The focus is inwards. And guess what? I'm still paying attention to my grounding cord as I'm having this conversation, because the goal for this type of work is, can you stay conscious of your space, being around others, living life around other people. So it's not about hiding. It's not about being in the perfect spot, the quiet space. It's all about enjoying life, being around others, but you can still have your space. And this includes, you can be around other people that you may not even like or agree with, because as you know, there's a lot of stuff going on this planet. There's a lot of stuff going on in the United States. None of it matters when you're meditating. It's all about finding your space, clearing out the stimulus, so that way you can be in the present moment and enjoy your life however you see fit. So anyways, I had a great time. It was fun having a family, because it's really, there was a lot of stuff that came up for me that I was like, wow. It's like I'm not around kids that much, and having kids running and yelling and screaming and making noise that made no sense. I was like, wow, that's really cool. I haven't seen that in such a long time. But at the same time, that's a part of living, where it's like, wow, I'm exposed to something that I haven't seen in a while. Stimulus, ground, be in the present moment, and enjoy your environment. Recognize that life isn't about perfection, it's just about having fun. Anyways, have a great day, have a great morning, great evening, great afternoon, whatever time you're seeing this video, and I will talk to you on day 5. Take care.